What's going on this week in Nerf?
Welcome to This Week in Nerf, your source for first-party, third-party, and community Nerf news. I'm Adriana, and this week we have a couple of new blaster announcements, and also I have feelings. Let's get into it. There are some more images and more information on the new Worker Phoenix that'll be coming out shortly. As a recap, it's a pretty interesting looking, very small form factor blaster. It's in a clear shell with 3 stages of hurricane wheels, and it takes angled talons. We've learned recently that it only comes pre-built with this 10-round angled mag. And that makes me a little less worried about new users making mistakes during installation, but a little more worried about the quality of individual components. I'm not sure which motors Worker decided to use, but you need to power 7 of them with a battery space of 120 by 47 by 28 millimeters. That's not a ton. After the translation of the tab-up page, the potentiometer made less sense to me somehow, but I think that it's meant to control the fire rate, which, if that's true, is a pretty interesting feature. It's also great that you can attach a stock to the blaster because the balance is going to be quite weird. The Taobao price is $100 US, so it'll be very pricey by the time it gets outside of China. Coming soon from Gameface Blasters, and totally not Jet, is the Gamma. This is a chunky pump-action springer with a built-in adjustable thumbhole stock, a very large riser rail, and it's claiming 150 FPS. It'll come with a 15-round katana magazine and 15 darts. They also have the Outcry coming up. This is the Jet Sita Ace that we've seen renders of for a little while. It should break down to allow some access to the internals. This blaster has a much more vertical pump grip, flat top rail, adjustable stock, a very ER-type ergo, and this one claims 170 FPS, also coming with a 15-round katana and 15 darts. I feel like neither of these blasters really add anything new to the party, unless you like the specific look of either of them. And since they're essentially Jet products, it's highly unlikely to be compatible with Talons at all, so keep that in mind if you're interested in these blasters. And just as pure speculation, I have a feeling that these won't be compatible with existing Retaliator or Longshot parts, and I'm even a little iffy on if I think they'll come with existing Jet parts, so we'll have to see about that. More interestingly, they also have the Lawless coming soon. This is a 6-round half-dart hammer prime revolver. It looks pretty long compared to the hammer shot, but it's a pretty cool look, actually. This one includes 15 darts and is claiming 100 FPS. Now that Gelball is banned in China, Gelball manufacturers are transitioning to the Nerf market pretty quickly. And while hobbyists have been trying to create a financially viable AEG or electronic springer for quite a while now, this Chinese Gelball company already has a prototype for Nerf darts. The blaster is very cool, and I know for a fact Michelle and I are not the only people excited about the soon-to-be increased availability of AEG platforms. But it's important to remember that the reason Gelball was banned is because there were too many imitation firearms. And this is becoming a large issue in the Nerf space as well, and at this point, it feels unavoidable. It seems like there are 2 eventualities. A, these companies continue to make milsim products and get Nerf banned in China, which will disrupt so much production of our aftermarket parts like Worker, for example. Or B, they learn from the Gelball mistakes and make brighter, fun-looking toys, and we can all just continue to keep playing. Either way it goes, we are probably all going to have to start checking with our individual clubs before purchasing blasters at this point to figure out which blasters are allowed and which ones are not, because it's such a blurry line and no one on either side of the argument is happy about it. Club admins hate telling people that they can't use their things, and nobody likes being told that they can't use their new toy. I just want us all to be able to play with things, and for the things we play with to be safe, and that might be asking too much at this point. And now for Rapidstrikes, which I still didn't add a battery to. The Halo Microshots Spanker and Needler are now on shelves in Taiwan. I think these are super interesting for anyone who is into collecting, though I'm sure Halo fans would much have preferred full-scale versions. It does seem odd to release a rocket launcher as a Jolt. The Fortnite Pump SG listing is live on Walmart.com, so if you're in the market for a beautiful blue single-shot breech-load pump-action Mega Blaster, you can find it for $30. The Banana. Tactical snack or the ultimate melee? You decide. Flying Weasel 96 shared this banana holster on Thingiverse, and I thought it was super cute. I would recommend not falling down while wearing it. Smoosh banana all over your pants does not sound like a fun time. FoamFest has announced the date for this year's FoamFest Live. On Saturday, May 15th, we'll all gather online for a celebration of foam in all its forms while raising money for papyrus prevention of young suicide. Be sure to follow FoamFest on Facebook for more updates, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you there. After a search for a more consistent viscosity, Captain Slug is now selling silicone lubricant in the grossest way possible. Slug Slime Tube Lube. It's just $1 for a 2 milliliter bottle, which should be enough for a handful of blasters. And for our main story, last week we talked about the Curveshot Flex and Sideswipe and how they've just become available in people's hands, and we got to get our first good look at them. On Monday, the Curveshot Helix was announced. This is a pump action blaster with a 20-round hopper. It should be super easy to load because that hopper door is absolutely massive. It of course has the curve shot barrel like the rest of the line and boasts 90 FPS, which is pretty standard for Rival. I don't think that the Helix's design embraces the theme as well as the other blasters did, but I can still definitely see why people like this one. It'll be $30 on August 1st. That's quite a ways out from right now, and it'll be a Target exclusive. And a little more on the blasters that we talked about last week. Haphazardly Named took apart their hop-up barrel to discover that there is a track inside that makes the hop-up tab more pronounced when you turn it to the side. So that really helps the momentum of the curves. And I just thought that was really, really clever that they did that instead of just having a rotation like I honestly expected it to be. Also, now that people have gotten the chance to try these blasters out, the curve isn't as pronounced as in this advertisement, but it is definitely still there. And like I said last week, lighter rounds should be more effective at making those curves. While I didn't hear any complaints about the Sideswipe from the people who bought them, the Flex has had multiple users report problems with inconsistent catching. So hopefully that's not a widespread issue and that gets resolved or we find some kind of solution for it, because these are super cool blasters. I can't wait to see that Helix in person. And now it's time for the mod of the week, and this week it goes to Guitar Geek 921 for this Boba Fett Sledgefire. The colors are absolutely perfect for the theme, and the decals really do pull it all together. A lot of people do wear and dry brushing, but I love how absolutely cartoonish the wear on this blaster is. It's so crisp and beautiful, and it pops while still being detailed. And it's not just silver slathered on the edges. There are accents of blacks and browns to break up those edges and just push it that extra little bit. And I also love that direct hit damage on one side of it is really clever to actually Dremel down into the shell and give it a true texture instead of just paint. This blaster just looks fun, and I'm really excited that I got to see it this week. Thanks for sharing. And that is all the news I have for this week. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, the links to everything that I talked about are down in the description with the like button and the subscribe button and the comments and all of that. I'll also put a link to this shirt. Women of Nerf is running a sale on 2021 shirts. I love puns. I love puns so much. So if you like this, the link to that is in the description also. And I look forward to seeing everybody next week. Monday, 9 AM Pacific, right here on this channel that you subscribe to probably. Bye!